Hi, welcome back to Art by Brooke. So today's video is a lot different than what I usually do, but it came about because I have been wanting to get back into watercolor. And by get back, I mean go back to what I was doing when I was really little, playing around with watercolors. I've never really grown any skills in it, and usually just use it for washes of color or backgrounds, and just like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with it, and I just want to get more comfortable with it as a medium. So I actually got inspired to do this video, and hopefully more in the future, by Riosaurus. She posted a video on doing the mundane. Basically, she talked about working on the little mundane things every day to improve your art and get used to new medium, new supplies, and it was really inspiring for me. The whole video was her doing different paint swatches and also talking about making improvements on her home that were really inspiring to her, even though they seemed like very small changes in the moment. So my hope is to just start swatching the different types of watercolors that I have. I have quite a few different kinds. The ones that I have had the most experience with have been watercolor palettes that are Crayola brand or just generally kids watercolors, which are very cheap and definitely not what professionals use, but they're in my comfort zone, so I figured to start with those would be a good idea. And so I actually picked up a new palette. I can't find mine, and mine didn't actually have as many colors as this one does. This one has some neons and things like that. So this one's a Crayola palette, and it comes with its own brush, but I probably will not be using that brush. And it has twice as many colors as the palette that I usually use, so I was quite excited to try the different things. And it even has white, which as a kid growing up, usually the white was always stained with some other colors, so that should be interesting to try as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I really like these colors, but there were a couple surprises. The first one was this one, because it came from this pan, and it looks like black, and I'm used to having a black in these kind of kids watercolors, but it's brown. And then the one that looks like the regular brown actually ended up being kind of an orangey, coppery color. I mean, it's still brown, but it's definitely not what it looks like. So that's interesting. Also, the lime green was disappointingly quite yellow. That's the one I was excited about the most. This is a little bit more similar to what I was thinking it might look like, but you know, that's all right. That's why I swatch. Now I kind of have an idea for what's in here, and I think it was really relaxing actually to do this. So I will let this dry, and then I will come back and show it to you again. I'll probably end up using my heat gun to dry it a little bit. And the reason I did a little doodle in here is so that we could see if the white covered any at all, because there's no other way to test that for me unless I start putting it on the other colors, which I'll probably do on my own at some other point. So the colors are still damp, but they're pretty much dry as far as not going to be dripping. So I'm going to take off the tape and I will show you what it looks like. Incredibly satisfying about having blocks of color like this that have clean lines in between. Now I know that my lines weren't all even, and that's just because I have trouble eyeing it, but I just love this look. So here are the colors up a little closer. You can kind of see the tones a little bit better. This on the camera looks a little bit more lime green than it is in person. I tried really hard on some of these to get a lot of pigment out, but some of them were still very light. But I still really like them. You can kind of just barely see the difference here between where the white was and where the white paper is. Let's see if I can get that to show better. Well, I don't think it's showing on camera, but it's just very, very light. This was a very relaxing process for me, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm really glad that I finally did it. It's been on my mind to do for quite a while, and I just kept putting it off. I don't even really know why. I really appreciate you watching, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm always looking for new ideas of what to do next. So if you have anything you'd love to see, please let me know in the comments. And I hope you have a great day.